By the money, we're talking about, for example, 400 families in America that have given half the money in this political election cycle so far. 400 families. That's not democracy. And we've got to achieve democracy by fighting for this equality.
Where are you on mass incarceration and the war on drugs?
The war on drugs was the biggest idiotic mistake that America's made in the last 50 years. That has caused an enormous amount of injustice. It was a war fought to protect white, middle-class, suburb kids from the temptation of taking illicit drugs. And that war has been fought, and the people who paid the price for that war are all across this country and all across South America and all across the world as we've made drugs illegal. I think that was the dumbest decision America made, and if we could change that decision, we would remove the economy, the black market economy from America and make it possible for us to get back to building an economy that everybody participates in.
How can you eat into Bernie Sanders?
I'm a big admirer of Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders has been calling for the right things in 100 areas, and I think he's beginning to focus in the right way on the importance of equality, especially Black Lives Matter. So I don't have anything against Bernie Sanders, but here's the thing. My election would be a mandate for a single idea, that we're going to achieve this equality. We're going to pass a statute to achieve this equality, and when that statute's passed, I would step aside. So because I'm running for one purpose, there'd be no doubt what the election was about, and there'd be no doubt Congress would have to follow what I said. If Bernie gets elected, he has ideas close to mine about this, but there's one idea among 100 ideas. And Congress would listen to him and say, yeah, Bernie, okay, you're a Democratic president and we're a Republican Congress and we're not going to do what you say. So we've got to find a way to get above the partisan fight and to make it so that America is speaking, and all of America, not just the 20% of America that lives in the suburbs that votes, all of America. And that's what this fight starts in Ferguson to be about.
Los Angeles just outlawed grand juries and police-involved shootings. My question for you would be, what would you do to hold the Darren Wilsons of the world accountable when they commit violence against communities of color and all across the nation?
There are 100 ways in which our system disenfranchises people from the political process. And because they're disenfranchised, that kind of inequality shows up. So think about Ferguson. Ferguson's a place where you have taxation through citation. You have taxation by fines and penalties that get imposed on people for minor infractions. That's the way the city decides to raise money. Why is that? Because the people who would otherwise pay the taxes, they are the ones giving money to the politicians who are making the decisions about where the taxes go. So the tax burden gets put on the people. We're not funding the campaigns, and so the people who do not get represented in this democracy. We've got to have a system where a police office is not a taxation bureau. The police office is a place where people go because they need safety and security, where they trust the officers to represent and care about them. And that inequality produces this injustice. Anybody have questions for anybody here? Yeah.
How do you feel about the minorities changing the Wall Street, shutting it down and building their own Wall Street?
I think Wall Street needs competition, and I would love to see all sorts of new competition happen in Wall Street. One of the reasons they're so rich is that they have a small cartel of people who control, for example, the derivatives trading. They make